Hello, I'm Miss Paxton. I'm one of the math teachers here at Salem Middle School. Along with me is Miss Newell and Miss Sudall, and we are going to talk to you today about what is a flipped classroom. To answer this question, we first have to look at what a traditional math class is. Now, before we get started too much, we want to make sure that you are taking notes on this video because there will be a quiz for you to take at the end of this. Students, you can watch the video with your parents and you can help them out. And also when you're taking the quiz, if it bumps you out for some reason, maybe it times out or maybe you walked away and came back, you can always email us and we can reset you for the quiz to get you to have the quiz done correctly. Now, a traditional math class, you probably remember from when we were in school, your students would have some kind of a lecture from the teacher. It introduces the topic, it explains what we're doing. Then there's some kind of a classwork or activity. Sometimes the lecture goes over too long and you don't even get a chance to do that. And then, of course, students go home and they do their homework. And we all know what happens then. There's a lot of crying and fighting and takes forever, you know, all those different kinds of things. We're all familiar with these different scenarios.
Hi, I'm Miss Newell, and I'll be talking to you about what it means to flip the classroom. The whole point of this is so that we can decrease your stress load for both you and your students. And how can we do that? And of course, it's done by flipping. At home, your students will watch a video of the teacher explaining a new topic or even an old topic that they've already seen. And while watching it, they will take notes on the subject matter, much like you are doing now. And the students will take a short quiz that is online based on the lecture that they just watched. It is called a quiz on Edmodo, but it is not in the gradebook as a quiz. It's just a homework assignment. This homework should take approximately 30 minutes versus the hours upon hours that you have seen before. This helps the teacher know that the students have watched the video. It gives us data on how well they understand the material. It lets us know what you understand, what you don't understand, and what we need to help you with most the next day. And it allows you to plan those activities based on the needs of individual students. Right? From the teacher side of things, this is what we get to see after you've taken your quiz. When we go to the progress check under our login, we get to see two different screens. The first one is a snapshot of the grade book over here, and it'll have the student's name and how many they got right out of the total number of questions that were in the quiz. So we can see their percentages. We can also see who did not do the assignments, like this dash indicates right here. And we can see the low numbers and the high numbers and just how many students are on target and how many haven't done it and just aren't on target. The other way we can see the accountability piece is these pie charts right here by question. It will show us which questions have more students getting them wrong versus right. If you look at questions 5 and 6 roughly, they have the red sections, and those sections are where students have missed that question. So as a teacher, we would know to go back in and cover those topics in greater detail in the next class and make sure that the students are okay with that topic. We wouldn't focus on questions like 1, 2, or 3 because most of the students got those right, because that shows us that they did their job and they know what they're doing. Right? At school, your students will no longer be taking notes and doing what the traditional model said. They will be doing activities that are there and designed to reinforce the topic that the videos were covering. It will also allow the teacher to act as a facilitator who is there to help and guide your students and serve as a mentor or coach rather than delivering the instruction from the beginning. The activities will be set up in a way that meets the needs of the students, and those activities will be designed based on the results that we see from the quizzes that your students have taken on Edmodo. And this helps alleviate the usual problems that homework can cause at home and the frustrations that come along with it. All right, so you can see that we've got our end covered the next day after your student comes in and watches the videos.
Hi, I'm Ms. Sudall, and I'm going to be talking to you about logging on to Edmodo. Although your students have already been assigned a login and password, we're just going to let you know where we got those for just in case they forgot. So you're going to go to www.edmodo.com. Their login is going to be their first name, last initial, and then their 4-digit birthday. So for example, we have Natalie Paxton. Her login is going to be Natalie P, and then her birthday 0713. Please remember, if the month is only one digit, to put a 0 in front, so the 07. And then the password for everybody is going to be Salem 2015. That's going to be with a capital S and no spaces. Again, the students are already registered and ready to go. So when you go to Edmodo, your page is going to look something like this. You're not going to this section here that's X'd out. Like we said, they are already ready to go. All they need to do is use their username and password to log into Edmodo. So username and password right on the top right here. Some of the pages are different. It may look like this when you go to edmodo.com, but again, right here at the top, you're just putting your email or your username, I'm sorry, and password. Okay, Miss Paxton here again, and I'm just going to show you if as you're logging on to Edmodo, again, we use that example of Natalie. So I'm going to go ahead and type in her name, Natalie, capital P for Paxton, 0713 was her birthday, and remember the password was Salem 2015, no spaces or anything, capital S. And again, we logged in right up here. And this is what the student page will look like. And again, I know you're already on and you've done this, but this is for every time that you log on or your student logs on. They can see where their homework is, where the video is, etc. So first of all, it says, hi, Natalie P. So it shows that she's logged on. And it also shows the group that she belongs to. She's in Paxton Math 8 5B. That's the bell that she's in. If she has a code for her other classes, such as English and science and social studies and all she's going to do is click on join a group right here. When you click on join a group, you'll be given a weird code. They're all a combination of letters and numbers, very random, but the teacher will give you those codes. All that she does is type in the code and hits join, and then that will also show up right over here underneath the groups. It'll say whoever her English teacher is, let's say, and then English and the bell that she's in probably. The other thing, parents, this is what you want to look for. Once your student logs on, look for this code right here. It talks about a parent code. You're going to look for this code. Make sure you write it down, or you can highlight and paste it later on. But then you're going to be able to log back on and set up your own account as the student's parent. And that way you'll also get notifications and everything when we're putting in the homework and the quizzes and such. Now it will look a little bit like this. You'll notice that it has my name and it says to Paxton Math 8. This is the 5B class. It'll tell you the homework for whatever specific date it is. And here we'll kind of tell you what you did in the day. And it will also have a lot of attachments here. Usually the video for the night's homework will be there, like you see here. But also there might be the worksheets we did in class. There might be some answer keys to warm-ups. Anything like that will be posted here. So this is the place that they can get all that information, especially if they're absent. This is an excellent place to go so that they can be on top of things before they even come back to class after their absence. They really don't miss a beat because they've already seen the video. They can already do the classwork, and then they're good to go. Now the next post, it's a separate post than the homework, but it'll also say homework again, and it'll again have a date with the name of the quiz that they're going to be taking. So in this part here, you'll see it actually says to take quiz. You would click on this to take your quiz, and once you do that, then it would say that you've already done it. Again, if ever it happens during the school year that a student takes a quiz and they, for some reason, didn't finish it, or it got timed out, or they got bumped out for some reason, just email us and we can reset the quiz so they can do it again so we get a more accurate score for them. So that's basically what it looks like for them. When they log off, then you would look at a screen that looks something like, or you can go back on, I should say, and see this screen here to do your parent account. So this is where you're going to type in the parent code, your relation, your first name, last name, your email address, and then make up your own password for it. Once you set it up here, again, you'll never go here again. You will only go up here to type in your username and your password to go on to Edmodo each time.
All right, so now you may be wondering what now. As parents, you have your student login, and you should now have your own login that you've created. So at any point in time, you can log in as well. And your students and you as well are going to go in and take the quiz on what is flipping. And you can use your notes and answer those questions, and we can see on our end how the results came out and how you did. And this is a chance for you to see what it's like for your child to learn this way and to be presented with material this way versus what you were used to when you were in school. Students, you can help your parents with this quiz if you wish, or you can let them try it on their own. You'll have your plenty of time to figure out all these quizzes as you go through the school year.
All right, so if you have questions, just feel free to email us or email your child's math teacher. Just be careful of the spelling. A couple of us have different quirky things in our names, so you just want to make sure you get the right spelling down so that we do get the emails. Our email addresses are going to be available at the Salem Middle School webpage, class expectations, and of course on this video. So just feel free to email us anytime with any questions that you have at all. And we look forward to a great year with everyone.